All right, so no longer just the two-time Olympic gold medalist, now the two-time PFL champion as well. Pretty cool honors there. It's been a couple weeks, so just tell me, I mean, how happy are you with your performance as you look back, reflect on it? How happy are you with what you were able to accomplish?
Yeah, I mean, I think that overall I had a very dominant season. Almost every fight was finished in the first round, so it's a good year. 4 fights, 4 finishes. I definitely see areas that I can improve on, and um, lots of positives to take away, and some stuff that I know that I can get back to the gym and work on that I've been doing. So I'm pleased with it. I had a job to do this year. It was to go out and put on a show, get everybody talking about me, and I think I did it. So now I'm trying to enjoy it a little bit.
Well, see, that's the one thing I wondered about, right? Because it was almost like you were expected to win this thing. And so because of that, I wonder if you really get to enjoy the accomplishment and soak it in, or if it's just like, as you said, I had a job to do.
Yeah, I mean, nah, I mean, I didn't really, I had a job to do. I didn't really I wasn't like, oh my God, thank God or anything. I just was that I expected it. So everyone else should expect it too. I have high hopes for myself, and I put high expectations on myself, and I train harder than everybody. So that's why I have that kind of faith in myself.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, you got the job done. I did want to ask you, we tried not to bother you too much with it, but contract talk was a constant all the way through. And
Yep.
every interview you did, I saw people had to bring it up. And I just wonder, I mean, how much of a distraction was that? I mean, as you said, you had this job to get people talking, to win as well. But
Yeah.
I mean, how much was a distraction to have this maybe looming over your head?
Honestly, it wasn't too bad. There were moments for sure where I was super stressed just because the unknown is such a scary thing for me. Like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I have 2 kids now. Like, the unknown is always no security is kind of a scary thing. Um, but again, I had faith in myself. I had faith that if I went out there and I did my job and I was so good that they couldn't ignore me, that I would end in a good spot and find myself in a fantastic position. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm in a fantastic position. I did my part. Now it's Ali's job to go do his part. And from what it sounds like, he's doing it. Everybody's interested. And, I love the PFL. I have nothing bad to say about the PFL. I'm considering all offers at this point. And again, this is where I kind of have to maybe unwillingly take a leap of faith and have faith in my coaches and my team and the people that are around me. All of my advisors are going to give me their input. This isn't a decision where it's going to be like, oh, this is what I want, this is where I'm going to go. I'm going to take everyone's opinions and advice into consideration, and I'm going to do what's best for me and what they believe is best for me. I think I know, but they've been around this business a lot longer. They're my team for a reason. They're the smartest people in every room they walk in. So I'm going to trust them.
That's awesome. You took in both a UFC and a Bellator event, right? Were you out there scouting the competition? Was that kind of the goal of it, to go see what was out there a little bit?
I mean, I think it was just just having some fun. I didn't have to train. My coaches forced me to take some time off. So I was like, all right. And my mom was in town, so I had a babysitter. But no, I really enjoyed the events. I enjoyed going to Bellator. Obviously, it's 20 minutes from my house, so that was pretty nice. Scott Coker was a great host. It was a very exciting event. It was fun to watch Cyborg live, see her do what she does best. I'm going to go watch Amanda and support her and Dustin next week, so I'm excited for that. Obviously the fights for UFC were amazing in New York. I don't think I've ever been to a more exciting night of fights. I was super impressed. It was, fantastic night of fights. So yeah, I mean, I'm just hanging out, training, watching fights, raising kids.
I dig it. Got to take advantage of those babysitting nights for sure. So
you do. No, you do.
All right. So let me ask you, obviously we're looking at the options, right? UFC, of course, biggest brand in the sport, but it also means Amanda Nunes is there, right? So I just wonder, is that appealing, or is it almost like a negative? Like, I know you've always kind of shied away and said, look, I want to be the best in the world, but obviously I support her and it would always be professional. But man, if you're in the UFC, the questions are going to be insane. It's never going to stop, right? So do you look at that as you're evaluating as a good thing because, you could maybe have a chance to beat her and prove that you're the GOAT? Or do you look at it as a bad thing of like, oh my God, this is all I'm going to ever have to talk about?
No, of course, it's nothing but positive for my career and my goals and my dreams. I think that, unfortunately, it doesn't coincide with my personal life. Like, personally, I love Amanda. I think she's amazing. Personally, I don't want to piss off all of our teammates and coaches and everyone have to like pick a side. And like, that would be terrible, shitty. And listen, the UFC, I am also at that point in my life where I know my worth and I know my value, and we'll see what happens. Of course, the greatest compliment I can give to Amanda is that I want to fight her, but I want to fight her. And then like, we all go out to eat after, like there's no animosity. There's no nothing like, and I've been helping her train for Juliana. I've been, there's nothing I wouldn't do for a teammate. And I feel like that to my core, that's who I am as a person. It's not personal out there. It's just business, and it's not done with malicious intention. And it's not, it's all nothing but good vibes for me. I consider it an honor to be mentioned in the same sentence as her. She's the greatest of all time for a reason. And I put a lot of respect on that name, and I don't call people the greatest of all time lightly. So it's nothing but love from me.
Yeah. If you were to look, and I guess I should say before we get too far ahead, I mean, are you just committed at this point to the future, if it's not with the PFL, will be at 145 because the other organizations don't have a lightweight division, right? So is that your understanding? If you do go somewhere else, it's probably going to be 145?
Yeah. I mean, I think that I'm a little bit crazy to think that multiple promotions will create a division for me. I got away with it once. I don't know. I don't know if I can get away with it twice.
Yeah. I'd like 152, please. That's what I'm going to do. So I think you just make that.
I'm a little heavy today, so let's make it 157. No, I also understand that like, that's where there's more talent. That's where there's more opportunity. And I'm getting to the point in my career where, I'm going to have to probably make some more sacrifices in order to get what I want. And food's gonna be one of them. Food's got to go. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right. So let's look at another option. Bellator, obviously an option on the table as well. Now they actually have a more developed featherweight division than the UFC even. So I do wonder, is maybe that an appealing thing to you, that it's not like I've got to go. I mean, if you went to the UFC, I guess we don't even know what they're thinking with featherweight, right? So is the idea of Bellator, is that appealing, the fact that they really have a fully kind of fleshed out division?
Absolutely. I think that I think they've done a great job of building the 145 division. I think that, their champion Cyborg is someone who's another huge pioneer in the sport, huge name. One of the greatest, not the greatest, but one of the greatest fighters of all time. And who doesn't want to, I think that'd be a great test for me. I think that, again, there's no animosity. There's no like, I want to kill her, fuck her. Like, there's none of that. It's just like, she's another stepping stone on the path to greatness. And absolutely, I think Bellator is a great organization. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I think they would be a great spot for me if it works out, for sure.
And I wish it was somebody on my staff, so I wish I could remember who said it, but I thought this was great. I think Amanda Nunes is the greatest female of all time, but when you say featherweight, it's probably Cyborg is the greatest featherweight of all time because she's had so many accomplishments at 145 pounds, right? I
agree, for sure. And just the way she did it, where they didn't really want to build a division, didn't want to promote female fighters at the time, didn't want to invest in that. And she just didn't really give them a choice. I have a lot of respect for that. I have a lot of respect for people who just bulldoze their way through, the no's, because there's a lot of no's in this business, and there's a lot of no's, probably back then way more no's than people get now. And she just said, I'm going to keep doing me and being me. And, I also think that she's a great champion in her right. Like, you see that she does a lot of giving back. She's very philanthropic. She does a ton of outreach. She's a strong, positive female role model. I have nothing but positive things to say about her. I just want to fight her too, like it's not. So yeah, I think that she's definitely the greatest featherweight of all time, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be a great test. All right. I guess the last option would be the PFL, right? I mean, you still have love for the PFL. I mean, at this point, is that still open to possibility? They could come in and save the day?
Absolutely. Like I said, I do love the PFL. I believe in the format. I believe in the system. I believe that is the future of MMA. If you want to be more sport-based and less like these circus shows that we've got going on nowadays, I think that you should have to earn your way to a title. I think that if you want money, you should have to win. I think that solves a lot of the gripes in the MMA community, both from on the fighter side and on the promoter side. And I've had a great experience. I grew up in that cage. I haven't had a fight outside of that cage. So there's nothing but love there. And I hope that we can come to an agreement, and I hope that we can figure it out. And I know they're bringing in new talent. I know they're constantly trying to push the envelope and expand and make it better and better every year. And I think that I support that 100%. I have nothing bad to say. It's really going to be about what my coaches think, what my advisors think, Big Jim and Jimmy and Dan and Mike and like Ali, all of them, all of them play a really big role in helping me make this big choice. And that doesn't mean that this year is one way and the next year is another. Like, who knows? Maybe I can do it all. Maybe I can make a shit ton of money and fight in every promotion and win it all. Maybe I am a unicorn. Maybe I really can. I believe it. So
I dig it. Yeah, it's not necessarily a lifetime decision, right? It's just the next contract.
It's just the next contract. This is just another stepping stone.
I dig it. Well, I guess the big question then is, how soon do you hope to get to a decision? I mean, is there a time frame in your mind? I mean, I guess, it's what, holidays now. You're probably enjoying the kids, enjoying the family, but do you have a goal in mind?
I don't know if as an adult you enjoy the holidays more than like stress about it's
yes.
Single mom status is stressful, but I'm blessed. I have a ton of money to buy presents with. So yeah, I would love, I'm not the kind of person that likes to sit around and wait. I'd like to have an answer soon. Ali is a little dodgy right now, hard to get a hold of. But we have a couple meetings set up in the next few weeks with different people. So hopefully by New Year's, I'd like to have a resolution. I'd like to know what's going on. Sorry, mom jokes. That crack me up. I would like to know what's going on for sure. Mainly whether I need to start dieting or not.
That's awesome. Do you meet with these people? I mean, do you let Ali just handle that and then talk to your people, or do you want to go get like a face-to-face feel with a Scott Coker?
He has been, he does his job very well. Obviously, he's one of the best in the business for a reason. He has all the top dogs for a reason. So he does good, but there's nothing quite like the Kayla Harrison in-person experience. I think that nobody could sell me better than me. And there's I don't know. I'm different. I'm different in person. And I think that maybe for whatever reason, people want to meet me face to face and see what I'm all about and hear my goals and what I want from my mouth, which is fine. I mean, I have no problem being vocal about what I want and how much money I want, and I'm good with it.
I love it. Well, it's exciting times. We're looking forward to seeing what's moving, because it's all great possibilities. So I think there's great options everywhere. I think that's like you said, you're in a great position, because I think wherever you go, it's going to be a good one for you. Hey, last thing I'll ask you, and I'll let you get back to it. I know you said you're trying to stay out of the gym, but the energy in the gym's got to be big right now, right? I mean, getting ready for two massive fights.
I was just at wrestling practice. It's friggin' everybody's jacked up right now. We're all jacked up.
So do you say, and you said you are helping out Amanda a little bit? I mean, obviously you're a great training
I
partner.
helped her this camp. Yeah, she's about to leave for Vegas. I'm gonna go out there and watch. Help her if she needs. I'm gonna be there. Like, I don't get in until Thursday just because I got these 2 vagrants living with me. No. So yeah, she's fucking ready. She's a beast. She's gonna it's gonna be. And Dustin is ready to slaughter as well. Like, just a man. They're both such inspiring human beings in general. Like, you can't not love them. And then Kyoji's fighting this weekend, like another savage. Just probably my top 3 favorite fighters right now. These 3, they're just unstoppable forces. So everyone's energy is super high. Everyone's feeling good. The team captain, myself, is feeling super good. Thank you for asking. But no, we're all jacked up. It's going to be a hell of a way to end the year for ATT.
No doubt. All 3 amazing fighters, and all 3 of those are amazing fights. So I look forward to it. Kayla, look forward to seeing you here in Vegas. And who knows, maybe we'll get some news while you're out here, and we can get the next phase figured out.
We'll see. We'll see.